Thank you very much, and thanks to all of you. I'll start our discussion with 5 minutes of comments and questions. Ms. McCutcheon, you were wage and hour administrator at the Department of Labor previously. If at that time the SBA's Office of Advocacy had sent you a letter similar to the one sent to Secretary Perez that was critical of the proposed rule and that asked for more comment time, what would your reaction have been?
We would have set our economists back to work. The flexibility regulator impact analysis, particularly important to the small business community, it has to be accurate. You have to be able to accurately estimate the costs, both in the cost of compliance and in wage transfers. And so we would have gone completely back to the board, and I think if you compare the economic analysis from our regulation in 2004 to what the Department of Labor has put out today, you will see that we did a much better job.
And also specifically with regard to a request for an extension of comment period, what was your experience at the Department of Labor?
We did grant an extension, and we gave more time to begin with. These rules are complex. There's a lot of time and study that needs to go in to determine what the impact is going to be on your business or your industry. So a 90-day comment period, which all the Department of Labor gave us, was incredibly inadequate, and there were over. From my reading of the public record, there were over 3,000 requests to extend the time for comment, and they were all ignored.
Okay, thank you. If we can put up the chart we have somewhere, we have that handy. Ms. McCutcheon, you touched on one thing that I'm really concerned about representing the state of Louisiana, which is a relatively low-wage state, and that's sort of disparate impact on lower wage areas. Could you comment a little bit more on that? And as background, I want to point out that according to a study by Oxford Economics, Louisiana would have nearly 51% of full-time salaried workers below this dollar level proposed. So what effect do you think this rule would have on potential growth for small businesses specifically located in a state like that, which tend to be in the red?
I think it's going to stifle growth and job growth in an economy that's already sluggish in jobs, and in particular, full-time good jobs, right? We might see growth in part-time jobs and jobs without health care, but not in good jobs. And just that report from the Oxford, what you see in the percentages of that report is states like Louisiana, you're right, it's about 51% of salaried workers who will be impacted. Contrast that to a higher wage state like Massachusetts, where only 27.3% of salaried employees are below that 5440. So it's not 40%. Right? If you look at state by state, it's 27% in some states, 52% in others, depending upon whether they're rural or more urban states. And so I think that every business owner, every representative of employers and employees in states like Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi have to be incredibly concerned that their states are going to be disproportionately impacted in a way that's going to really freeze job growth.
Right. Okay, thank you.